Live from the YouTuber stands in Oklahoma City, it's the Rush Hour Renegade, and now here's your host, the YouTuber. Thank you and welcome everybody to the Rush Hour Renegade. Let me pull up my agenda so that I have that covered, so we know what to talk about on here as far as that's concerned. Let's go over the announcements first. And then any other news and notes for my channel that I want to get and talk about on here. And then we'll work our way up backwards this time. Only we go start right into the show and then do our announcements at the end. But we'll do the announcements now first today. So any other news notes we want to discuss. Let me go pull up something that I can refer to as well. There's something on something else I didn't refer to. Let's go over the announcements first before we get into the show. Coming on my show, we have more Rush Hour Renegade next week, Monday through Friday. More MLB The Show 20 plus Madden 20. We'll do Madden 20 for the remainder of the month. And then the month of August until August, I want to say August 28th, I think. We'll be doing, so basically, till the end of the month, we'll be doing Madden. And then August 1st through August 27th, we will not have any Madden. Madden will resume after that on August 28th with Madden 21. To face the franchise first and get that kind of rolling, and then save that and get that the ball rolling on that, get that started. And then the regular franchise mode as well for Dallas and Kansas City. And then some exhibition games, All-Pro, the All-Pro game. I mean the Pro Bowl. We'll do multiple. We'll have multiple franchise modes. We'll have 3 different franchise modes. Only one will go all the way through the pro career part. The rest will just hello to our viewer for watching. And then we're using some of the face of the franchise as basically a way we can do college football. We may have the college football teams where we can download a roster in the share file thing in Madden 21 like we did in Madden 20. I'll just have to check that out and see if there's an option for that, and go from there. But until I find out more on that, we'll be doing face the franchise for the college football to fill the college football game void. So that's that. Of course, you have the regular franchise mode with the NFL teams. My 2 favorite NFL teams, Kansas City and Dallas. We'll have some other exhibition games for the other teams and throughout the season. And then the golf will also be coming also in probably sometime either August or September. So we'll have golf though before that time through Rory McIlroy PGA Tour, and then the PGA Tour 2K21 will start that, like I said, late August, early to mid September, somewhere around there. And then other stuff like Wheel of Fortune will start next week, back up, and much more coming as far as gameplay is concerned. We have the Little League World Series coming up next month. We'll be going through the Little League World Series since there is not a real life Little League World Series. So that's that. So now we are going to go over some topics that I want to discuss now, and then we'll go into some of the other sports topics on our show. Reacting to the Washington investigation, and should Dan Schneider be fired? Out there, logo and the nickname of the Washington NFL team. I mean, I think some people didn't find it offensive. I mean, if it's, I mean, if they want to change the logo, then that's fine. I'm not gonna. It's okay. That's their deal. If they want to change. So hopefully they just keep the same colors and keep some of the logos like the R. If they have a name with a team with an R, then that's fine. So I mean, there's a lot of nicknames that start with an R that they can use and keep that R. So, should Dan Schneider be fired? I'm not gonna say whether he should or shouldn't be, because I'm not entirely sure of what's going on, and we have a problem with the broadcasting clarity. So, should he be fired or not be fired? I'm not gonna say whether he should or not be fired, because I really don't know the entire situation with Washington. All I know is they want to change the name. That's all I know on that. And if you want to look it up or give some thought on your channels, go right ahead, or wherever you put your opinions out there. I'm just not gonna say whether this guy should be fired or not, because I don't know the entire story. If I don't know the entire story, I'm not gonna comment on it too much. So, why I highlighted that message, but anywho, hopefully Andy Thomas and Daniel's, or Pistachio Blue Hedgehog 26, aka Daniel Boyles, says my career mode for F1 2020 my career mode in the F1 2020 game has a good year, and his team racing team with Andy Thomas and her teammate have a good season and have good runs and have a good season. So Uh, let's see here if I can. There is a possibility, we don't know for sure if it's a definite, that Daniel may not be returned to the Russia Renegade next year. So we'll keep you posted as far as that's concerned. That's his decision. All I know is I will keep the Russia Renegade going. If there is a time when I'm unable to do a show, it may be either postponed or slot as a double header, or recorded taped, more likely recorded taped beforehand, starting in 2021. So we'll keep you posted as far as that's concerned. But if he wants to, continue to do it with me, then that's fine. If he doesn't, then I understand. That's his decision. But the show must go on, and I'll continue to do the show. So whatever his decision he makes will be his decision, and I'll be okay with the decision he makes, whether it is to continue the show or to not continue the show. But the show will continue for me. So, like I said, we'll keep you posted on that as far as that is concerned. But I mean, I understand if he doesn't have the time to do it anymore. As far as other commitments for other shows that he's going to do in 2021, that's understandable. I understand that, and he's welcome to come back if he chooses to come back at any point in time. So again, like I said, it's his decision whether he wants to continue to help out with the show or continue with being on the show in 2021 and beyond or not. I understand if he is not going to continue because of other commitments for other shows and doesn't have the time, and and stuff like that. So the show will go on no matter if he's on here we're doing it together, or him filling in. If he is, that's great. If not, then I understand his decision on that. because of other commitments, and may or may not have time for that. So that's all I'm going to say on that. So I respect what I'm trying to say. All I'm trying to say all I'm trying to say on this is I respect his decision. I understand sometimes you have time for stuff and sometimes you don't. Sometimes you have other commitments for other shows that you want to do on YouTube. I respect and understand his decision, whatever decision that may be. So, let's go over the agenda so that I went over any of the YouTuber news and notes and announcements. Weather, just gonna be hot around the country. Check the local weather. Let's see where in some of these bigger cities what the weather is. Well, we're on the topic of weather. Currently in Oklahoma City, it's 94, feels like 104. Dang, that's hot. In Atlanta, Georgia, it is 91, feels like 98. In Tulsa, it is 92, feels like 103. Talladega, 93, feels like 104. And then that's as far as some of those bigger cities around the southeast and southwest. In Austin, let's go look at Austin, Texas, or Austin and Dallas, Texas. Oops. If I can spell it right. There's Austin, Texas. Didn't know there was more than one Austin. There's different types of Austin. It's 95, feels like 104. And then let's do Dallas, Texas weather. 96 feels like 104. Fort Worth, I'm guessing similar. '96 feels like 105. So if you check your area, weather in your area for what the weather is in your area. And so that's as far as weather is concerned. It's just hot just everywhere. New York City, let's look at New York City. If you're wondering what the weather is in New York City, I always like looking at some of the weathers around the country just for information purposes, and if we get viewers from that didn't know it was in New York, Texas, or New York, Iowa. So 78 feels like 83. So yeah, it's just warm and muggy. I don't think there's much. I mean, there's a little agenda here. see where we are as far as our topic. Okay, horse racing. So the next horse racing isn't until September for the Triple Crown race. Doesn't mean that there isn't horse racing going on. We have horse racing today, I'm assuming tonight. And, oops, hit the wrong one. Let's see here. Entries today. We have races going in Beltra Park in Cincinnati, Ohio. Camarillo in Cololos, Puerto Rico. Century Mile in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. Charlestown in Charlestown, West Virginia. Del Mar in Del Mar, California. Delta Downs in Vinton, Louisiana. Ellis Park in Henderson, Kentucky. Evelyn in Appaloosa, Louisiana. Fairmeadows in Tulsa, Oklahoma. And Gulfstream Park in Helendale, Florida. Laurel Park in Los Alamos. Quarter Horse in Alamos, California. Monmouth Park in Ocean Park, New Jersey. North Dakota, Fargo, North Dakota. Penn National in Grantville, Pennsylvania. Pleasanton in Pleasanton, California. Pocatello Downs in Pocatello, Idaho. Prairie Meadows in Altoona, Iowa. Retima Park in San Antonio. Reduso Downs in Reduso Downs, New Mexico. Saratoga and Saratoga Springs, New York. And Woodbine in Rexdale, Ontario, Canada. Those are the races going on today. The ones that I didn't know there was a track or horse racing track in was Fairmeadows. I know there was one at Remington Park in Oklahoma City. No, Remington Park, Oklahoma City, and Rogers Downs in Claremore, but didn't know there was a Fairmeadows in Tulsa. Let's see where that is. I want to know where that is. Let's see here. Meadows. Okay. Tulsa State at the Tulsa State Fair. Okay. Okay. So the next race in the Triple Crown will be the Kentucky Derby, followed by the Preakness. We already had the Belmont Stakes. Don't know if the horse that won the Belmont Stakes, I don't know if it's racing in the Kentucky Derby or not to attempt a Triple Crown. Normally that order goes Kentucky Derby, Preakness, Belmont Stakes, but the last race is first, and the second race is last, and the first race is second. So it's kind of out of order. See here. If you haven't downloaded Game Changer Game Management or whatever it's called, be sure to do so. It's where you can manage certain teams on a call and do games versus plays where it'll say pitch in either softball or baseball. There's basketball one as well. So go check that game app out. It was called Game Changer, now it's called, I think, Game Manager. Let me look at it. I have it downloaded on my phone. Team Manager, Game Changer Team Manager is what it's called. Down in the game, I have some teams I've created as far as baseball and softball and basketball is concerned there. So go ahead and check that out. It's a free app to download. NCAA softball, baseball, football. Don't know about softball since that's not until February next year. So is baseball. So we'll keep you posted as far as those are concerned for NCAA football. It's looking more and more likely that it won't happen, but I will keep you posted as far as stuff is concerned. We do know the Big Ten and the Pac-12 have gone to a conference only schedule. They not even conference only. So we'll see what happens if any of the other conferences decide to go to conference only, move it to the spring, or not have a season at all. Men's and women's basketball, don't know anything on that. I'll keep you posted as far as that is concerned. More NASCAR heat to come in another couple of weeks from Monday or Tuesday, I want to say. Yeah. And then we have eNASCAR coming up on Tuesday. We had an eNASCAR event yesterday, last night. Go check that out on enascar.com. Soccer, we have some soccer news and notes to go over. Let me get that up. Excuse me. In the MLS, we have some games that have gone final and some games that will be this evening in their MLS back to something tournament, back to soccer tournament. MLS is back. MLS is back tournament. That was the name of it. Kansas City and Colorado will be at 7 p.m. on ESPN2. Over on ESPN, there'll be the Battle of Los Angeles, LAFC and LA Galaxy. Over on ESPN 9:30 p.m. Central Time. A final to report: Toronto beat Montreal 4-3, and Columbus beat the Red Bulls. New York Red Bulls 2-0 or 2-0. Some other games going on in the MLS. We have at 7 p.m. Central Time DC United in New England, and then Salt Lake in Minnesota 9:30 over on ESPN, and also on the ESPN Portland and Houston at 7 p.m. In the Premier League, we have some games going on. One at 2 o'clock Central Time: West Ham and Watford, and Norwich and Burnley at 11:30 a.m. That is tomorrow. Going on in the Champions League in the 68th minute over on ESPN Plus is Huddersfield and West Brom tie at 1 there. Also tomorrow morning, we have Brentford hosting Stoke, and Fulham taking on Sheffield. Those are one's early in the morning on ESPN Plus. The other one is on TV in the United States. Also in the NWS Cup is the Courage and the Thorns 0-0 right now in the 57th minute with the National Royals. Also later on tonight, tomorrow we have 2 games: Spirit versus Sky Blue and Rain versus the Red Stars. The A-League, which is The Australian A-League, one game to report on today that went final. Sydney FC 3, Wellington P 1. Games tomorrow will be one game only on ESPN Plus at 2 in the morning. Perth Glory and CC Mariners. Also going on today, or Sunday, will be Brisbane and Adelaide UTD, yeah. We have a friendly between PSG and Waterland Bev at noon today. Also going on between Boreham Wood and Halifax is 0-0 going on there. And Yavola and Barnet tomorrow morning. English FA Cup, we have Arsenal and Man City at 1:45 on ESPN Plus tomorrow. You have the Italy Series A. We have 3 games to go tomorrow. Going on tomorrow, it is Milan and Bologna at 2:45 p.m. on ESPN Plus. Over on ESPN, we have Verona and Atalanta, and Cagliari and Sassuolo. Both on ESPN. One is at 10:15 a.m. and the other one at noon. That's it for your soccer news and scores. Golf, we got a golf tournament going on in the PGA. So let's see what else. Golf, we got some golf tournaments going on the PGA Tour. NFL, not sure whether that's going to go on this year or not. We'll keep you posted as far as that is concerned. NHL, we don't know when that will return. NBA was supposed to return. Did it return? The next question in line. Let's go to that and report on that. If we had, it did. Don't have a score to report. If you know if the Jazz, if anybody knows whether the Jazz versus Pelicans and Lakers versus Clippers game got played or not played. Oh, that's right. That's wait. Okay, never mind. I figured it out now. I do want to apologize. It's supposed to be start Thursday, July 30th. Okay. Okay. Alright. We're good. I goofed. NHL, don't know when that's going to return or not, like I said. MLB has returned, and then there's some exhibition summer camp games and inter-squad games going on throughout the weeks. We've told you about that. And minor league baseball has been canceled for their season, but their players will be playing anyways throughout the summer camps, and hopefully maybe sometimes during the season too. We don't know what's in store for their players since they don't have since we don't have a minor league season going on. But we will have minor league baseball and major league baseball both on MLB The Show 20 this running there this summer and into the fall. So that's all we are going to have for this Rush Hour Renegade. We have covered everything. Until next time, this has been the YouTuber. Sign off until next time. Keep on YouTube, everybody, and we'll see y'all next time.